Hello to my Taurus. Taurus, let's get into your reading. The energy has already been cleared, Taurus. This is a general reading, so take only what resonates with you, Taurus. If you're interested in a personal reading, my information is down below. My information is down below in the description. My information is in the description. Let's get it, Taurus. This moon will be moving. I believe when you watch this video, the moon will be in Cancer, but it'll move into Leo. So I'll give you the questions for the moon in Leo. Let's go. King of Cups, Nine of Wands, Two of Swords, Four of Cups, the Chariot card, and the Ten of Pentacles, right? Somebody is at the top of somebody adjust your crown of your emotional intelligence, right? So somebody is definitely feeling a lot better. Here we also have the Nine of Wands here. Here we also have the Two of Swords here. We also have the Chariot card here. We also have the Ten of Pentacles here. And then also the Four of Cups, right? King of Cups and Four of Cups. Somebody is during this Mercury retrograde. I've already prayed over your cards just so we're crystal clear. For you, those of you who are new to my channel, welcome. I appreciate all the love. Whether you're new, coming back, cruising on through, I really appreciate all the love. So I've already cleared the space, prayed over your cards and everything. Somebody is sitting on their throne with their crown adjusted, right? But you're still kind of waiting on. You're waiting on something, like somebody's waiting on some news about love or whatever. But in the meantime, something from your past is trying to pull you back into a wilderness situation. And so sources said it's having to do with two energies in particular. It could be a fire sign and a water sign are trying to pull you back into some things, Taurus. As sources saying, you're trying to get away from people who are committed to believing the worst about people, who start wildfires about stuff, and you try to get away from the toxicity. And you want to focus on building your own legacy wealth, right? And so somebody has a loved one on the other side that's saying, when in terms of loyalty, it's not black and white. There's some gray area in terms of loyalty. And so whoever's on the other side is trying to help you to see, hey, don't get caught up in a whole bunch of mess. And, you know, of other people's definition of loyalty as in the friendship and loyalty in romantic relationships and loyalty to, because family is not always blood relatives. You know what I'm saying? Some people feel like, oh, you weren't loyal to the family, or like in a gang activity or whatever. Like, okay, you weren't loyal to the family, and you were supposed to do this and you were supposed to do that. And some people feel like, you know, to the death of them, you know, they're going to get somebody back. Source is saying to you, you getting as far away from that mess. You don't even want to be associated with it. Here's the Chariot card. And there's two types of situations in particular. You're saying, I'm getting away from that. It's two karmic ties. I'm getting away from it. I don't even want to be associated. So it's a triple win for you. Source is saying, you don't want to be no parts of none of it. It's a win-win-win for you. Right here we have High Priestess energy. So you are weighing the pros and cons of some things. And I keep trying to tell everybody, this is a year karmic relationships are going to be broken. And however they're broken, Source is saying, just be in for the ride. Just adjust your helmet, because Source is like, okay, you going to strap in, you get ready to go for a ride. That's everybody. You're no longer doing any kind of injustice to yourselves anymore. Like I said, somebody is saying, you know, it's two types of energies that you were tied to that were karmic relationships, like these demonic ties that kept you in a state of, okay, we ride at dawn for the darkness stuff. Like, but when it comes to riding with you on something positive, then it's okay, it's a delay. Well, I got this to do, I got that to do, and so on and so forth. Here we also have the Knight of Cups. Sources like, it's a win for you. Get away from all of that. Knight of Cups right here. So somebody's gonna be grateful that something, you know, is over in the past. Like somebody's like, okay, I'm done with that. Let me just move on from that. That's where you being at the top of your adjusting your crown, King of Cups energy, like having somebody in your life to say, just be grateful that that's behind you. Vengeance is God's. It's not, you know, it's not yours. Vengeance is the Lord's, not yours. You know, those kind of things. Just be in a posture of gratitude that those things are behind you. You moved on from some things. Don't go back. Don't go back to that person you maybe used to be in survival mode. In other words, just be celebrating. Be in celebratory mode. Yeah, and move on in childlike faith. Here we have the Four of Cups, right? So I definitely feel like sources just, completely putting you around a whole different group of energies. People who are not vain and vengeful, and people who are, like will pray for people versus praying on people. And these are energies that you may have known that's been in your life since between the ages of 8 and 14 years old. Like you may have known them for a long time, or 8 to 14 plus years. You've known them for a while. But Source is saying it's time for you to get away from these relationships. Just that whole programming. Looking for their acceptance and their approval. I just want to be a part. I want to be accepted and approved. You got a loved one on the other side who died. They're saying everything in terms of loyalty is not black and white. Some people have some kind of loyalty to family that feels like, okay, they've gone through so much mental distress and so much hurt. They've cut their whole family off. And their family still crying, oh, they disloyal to the family. Okay, but they cut us off. We'll cut them off too. And some people may say family over everything. So you don't really know what people's definition of loyalty to family is, whether it's friendship family, romantic family, job family, or whatever, until you talk to them. So here we have the King of Wands here. So yeah, some people are not going to stay in highly manipulative relationships. If people are being sold, y'all can read between the lines. If they being sold and sacrificed, who gonna keep staying and stuff like that where they just collecting demons? So things have to be taken case by case, case by case. If you're in a family of succubus energies, why would somebody send somebody back into something like that that's causing so much distress and mental harm to people? That's what I'm saying. You won't know until you talk to people. Nine of Pentacles and Dame of Pentacles. Some people will have cut their entire families off because they got tired of being sacrificed and being judged and being hurt and being disappointed, running from this place to this place, asking for help. So Source is saying you be grateful that some situations are behind you, because you have a loved one on the other side, whether it's a man or woman, somebody's grandfather, great uncle, great aunt, grandmother, or somebody is telling you loyalty is to family is not what you've been programmed to think. For some people, they'll cut their family off in a heartbeat. They're like, I ain't going through all of that. Not when you get old enough to say, okay, I see this is unhealthy spiritually. So I feel like with all of these wins here, somebody is learning that, hey, loyalty to family could be significantly different than what you think loyalty to family is. And it's a good idea for you to have conversations with people, before you enter into situations, with people. But I see some kind of partnerships in business and in love coming across your path. And Source is breaking up demonic ties. Queen of Cups. Here we have the Page of Pentacles. We have the King of Cups, the Six of Cups, the Seven of Wands, and Two of Wands. Yep. So here we have the Queen of Cups. Source is saying you're sitting on your throne. Source is going to put you in contact. For those of you all who want to be in a romantic relationship with somebody, because somebody has gotten tired of just neglecting their own inner child. Looking at the cards here, this right here. Somebody's like, okay, this is draining. I'm around a bunch of energy vampires. I just need to get away from them. So here we have the Two of Wands here. So, and then the Seven of Wands. So two situations in particular you're definitely in the light about right now. Something that's like, okay, now it's starting to make sense. Okay, now I've gone through enough storms in my life to recognize loyalty to family is significantly different. Or it could be you all can like kind of meet at some point as far as loyalty to family is concerned. Maybe you may have been a little bit more patient with your family than other people have, but maybe you all have arrived at that same point, just whether you're still together or not. But maybe you all have arrived at the same point that, wow, you know what, I can kind of see where Taurus was right, and now you're starting to see, I can kind of see now where they were right, So it's not even it's not a struggle, for you anymore to even think about it. So you have arrived to the King of Cups. They have arrived to the King of Cups. And so Source is saying now with all this creativity that you have, incoming information about creative ideas that's going to make you some more money is coming across your path, right? So you're operating in childlike faith. Other people are operating in childlike faith. But I'm telling you, this is the year of karmic relationships and families. It's going to be a whole lot of stuff going on. People thought that total solar eclipse, for some people it was a hard reset. For some people it's a soft reset, because some people was like, look, I'm leaving that behind. I'm not staying connected to all of that level of manipulation from family. That's why you see so much water in Pentacles here, because Pentacles connects us with the element of earth, which is developed between the ages of 0 and 7. And then water develops, sacral develops between the ages of 8 and 14 years old. So, like I said, it's a whole lot of sources saying take the blindfolds off now that you're in the light about some things and things are starting to make more sense to you. A lot of people like to look at it as like, oh my God, I didn't know their family was that crazy. I didn't know I would have had more sympathy on people had I known their family was that crazy. But really what it is that like a demonic takeover. You have to, so even the family members, I'm looking at your cards here, Taurus, even some of your family members, or even if you decided to detach from like the core group of the family, that was just a bunch of drama going on and energy vampires, and people have talked about you, you're going to start like, okay, now I can breathe again. Now I can breathe again. You got some some families out here, they wild. They into everything. And you think you meet somebody and you think, oh, they crazy, their family, they need some help, they mentally ill. They could have been coming to you thinking that you could help them. And then, like I said, if you sent them back, because your idea of loyalty to family could have been something like sending them back into a lion's den. Power. Yeah, so somebody has a lot of power. I'm talking about you. You have a lot of power to help change people's lives with just your patience. But I would suggest moving forward, because I see somebody getting married, I would suggest moving forward, just like the legacy of what you're passing down, that was passed down to you from your ancestor on the other side. And as well as if you have kids, passing it down to them, take the time to listen to what people are saying and what they're not saying before you get married to them in business and or in love. See what their definition of loyalty to family means to them, and see if it aligns with your definition of loyalty to family. Because some people, like I said, have been sold, sacrificed, done all kinds of stuff to them, and for them, they just like, what family? I have no idea what that means after what their family did to them. So it's going to help you significantly moving forward, Taurus, to start asking some questions. Not just sit there and like, okay, well, I'm just waiting for them to tell me something. Some people don't know what to tell you. Some people don't know what to tell you. They don't know that you want to know about loyalty, right? Delusion. Intention without surrender can be a fast path to delusion. Some people are so angry when they feel like they're disloyal to them, and to some degree, their whole goal is to get them back. If it's the last thing they do, to the end of the earth, they like, I'm going to the end of the earth until I die. I'm gonna get that person back, because they feel like somebody was disloyal to a family situation. So it's the saying, you getting away from all that mess. Primal. That's right. 32. There is no other way around but through the very truth that lies within you. Yeah. That's why you want to know that ahead of time, Taurus. So if you're ever in any situations, I see somebody's getting married, God is rewarding you for a lot of things, getting away first and foremost from that way of manipulation, that mind control manipulation. But for those of you all who are single, thinking about getting married, that's a conversation to have. What's your definition of loyalty? See how if they protect you around their family and friends. See how they talk about their exes. Or they talk about, if it's the last thing I do, I'm gonna get that so and so back, or I wish they would die. You know, that kind of stuff. Sources saying to you, they will wish the same thing on you if you decided to leave them behind. You think, well, I'm not them. Like, how do people? Some people get caught up in that. Well, I'm not the same. Well, they told me that their ex was crazy. So it's just like, okay, they're gonna be telling the same thing about you. And you could be a psychiatrist or a psychologist, and they would say, yeah, and you know them psychiatrists and psychologists, they crazy too. Woo. Some people will send people back into a sex dungeon. Since we're talking about water here, if it was fire, I would say back into a lion's den or to a fire pit. Or if it was air, I would say it was a sword fight, until they get cut down to the point they don't want to live anymore. Some people will send people back into emotional distress and have them, they would rather them look running around mentally ill and broken for the rest of their lives so they can tell people that they're crazy versus, but that's just, y'all see enough of it on social media. Y'all know what I'm talking about. So new love awaits. Remember what I said. You want to sit down and ask that person, but everything in moderation. Everything in moderation. Create the change that you want. Close out the cycles in love. Your ancestors are very proud of you. That's right. Step through the portal. Because there's some people out here, they don't care about what their ancestors are saying, but more money is about to come across your path. Booked and busy and not burdened at all. I'm telling you, Source got you up out of some stuff, Taurus. Source got you up out of some stuff because there was some energies that was just acting like they acting like primates. They are. They wasn't loyal to such and such and such and such, but they not even loyal to Source. So, you know, they'll find out. They will find out. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so yeah, they acting like when we talking about and we know that, you know, humans are considered as primates too, but we're talking about energies that are, they act like apes and monkeys, and they act like the cousins of apes. They act like they are in a wilderness situation when it comes to, oh, they not loyal to the group, and we gotta break them, and we gotta make sure that they know that they're, and somebody's ancestor had to come through to show you something different. Because they would do the same thing to you, but part of it was conditioning. Like I said before, part of it was conditioning. Oh, family over everything, and you ever disloyal to family. I mean, they really act like they actually, until they come up against God. So, like I said, Source is actually rewarding you for getting away from some things. Those, I'm telling you, a lot of people don't believe a lot of karmic bonds are being broken this year. So, abundance is my birthright. There's a piece of pie with my name on it. Money flows to me easily and freely. I am attracting everything I need for this season. I let go of what weighs me down. Opportunities align with my purpose surround me. I am true to myself. Did I have a number? Yeah, let's get a number. Yeah, so some kind of approval from God is coming through, and Source wants you to really operate in childlike faith moving forward. So somebody may have been praying for, you know, new love in their lives or getting married in business, like some business situations or whatever, but you cannot carry doing the injustice to yourselves anymore by carrying family's toxicity. That's why somebody died on the other side, and they're telling you they coming through. So however they coming through dreams, or while you're in a shower or bath, or while you're swimming, or doing your juice fast, or working out at the gym sweating, something having to do with money is how the message is being carried through water. You know, is being carried through water, right? So I am confident. So you are a conscientious worker with a knack for coming up with creative ideas and turning them into something real. An optimistic but practical outlook keeps you determined and on track as you work steadily towards your goals. That's right. That's what I have for you, Taurus. Hopefully this has been helpful to you all. I will see you all in the next reading. See you in the next reading. Questions for the moon and Leo, for those of you all who like the questions, is do you connect to your core, your center daily? Because the moon, I believe, is in Cancer, then it'll move into Leo, so you have the questions in advance. Second question is, how do you express your creative side? Third question is your current wardrobe really expressing who you are? Fourth question is, do you protect your energy and time by politely saying no to requests and invitations that are not aligned to your being? And then last but not least is, could you create more time and space for self-exploration and self-expression? That's what I have for you, Taurus. I will see you all in the next video. Bye.